Recording.
Hey YouTube, I'm on my way to work trying to beat some storms that are popping up. It doesn't look too bad right now, but there's some that were really trying to kick up there a few minutes ago, headed my way. If I can make it to work before it starts raining, I'll be happy. I thought I'd do a quick little moto vlog type thing on safety. Nobody likes to talk about it, but riding a motorcycle is dangerous. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. But riding in a car is dangerous as well. A lot of people don't realize how dangerous that is. But one of the things that I like to do is, on my route going to work, I like to think about an ambush spot. Where could somebody jump out in front of me and get me, you know? I mean, there are places that are more dangerous than others. This curve right here in particular, there's a road that comes in from the left. People come flying up the stop sign, glance, and pull out in front of you right here. I've had a lot of really close calls right here. Also, down here, this road on the right, people do the same thing. They can't see, they come flying up, and they think, well, it's clear, and they'll pull out right in front of you. Places like that, you've got to pay attention to. You've got to think ahead of time, and, you know, how fast should I be going? The best thing to do is slow down. There's another road right up here that I've had people pull out in front of me. A lot of times I can see them. There's a house right here, and on the other side of the house, the road comes down the hill. I can see them on the other side of the house sometimes, and I'll start slowing down, and a lot of people don't even stop at this stop sign. Another road here, same thing. People are just in a hurry. They come down, they glance, pull right out. There's been a few accidents right here. So you got to think ahead. You have to give yourself time to be prepared for these instances where, you know, the unexpected happens. You know, things that you can't deal with if you're going too fast or you're not paying attention. Don't count on other people to see you. I mean, look, see this color I wear? I wear it so people can see me, but that's only if they're looking. If they're not looking, they're not going to see it. I mean, it's plain and simple. When people talk about loud pipes save lives, you know, well, that's true if somebody hears you, but if they can't hear you, it doesn't do any good. If they can't see you, it doesn't do any good. If they're not looking, it doesn't do any good to have bright colors. So you always have to be prepared for things that might happen, and you can't always be prepared. That's why a lot of people end up paying the ultimate price for mistakes. But if you do think about it and identify areas that, you know, places where you can't see around the corner, just slow down for it. And up here they're putting in some sort of communication lines, and it's had people just totally crazy lately. I mean, it's like people don't know what to do when there's somebody working on the side of the road. You know, all week long, there's been some people stopping in the road, others trying to pass people. I mean, it boggles my mind how people just can't deal with something out of the ordinary. I mean, these guys are out here just trying to do their job, and people, I've seen some of them, you know, pass real close to them with them standing on the side of the road. Other people, like I said, slam on their brakes and stop. All you have to do is slow down, watch what's going on, see, you know, make sure they're not going to step out in front of you, but, you know, you don't need to see how close you can get to them just because they're working there. And you certainly don't need to stop completely in the road unless they are coming out into the road. I know this whole year has been so crazy. It's brought out a lot more of the crazy in people, it seems like. People don't know what to do. They don't know how to act. They're all stressed out. They're all upset. They're all just... I mean, I understand it. I'm having some difficulty dealing with a lot of this stuff going on myself. it's hard on you, and it makes everything more difficult. But the main point that I wanted to make today is slow down, pay attention, identify areas where, you know, you can be surprised by something. As long as you see something ahead of time and you have time to prepare and either slow down or whatever, you're fine most of the time. But it's the areas where you can't see somebody pulling out, or they can't see you and they go ahead and pull out. Now, even this right here, there's a rise right here and there's a passing lane on the other side. I've had people come across this hill in my lane trying to pass. You've got to be visible. If you're behind traffic, you've got to be out where they can see you. If you're not, I like to ride over here, where if there's cars coming towards me, it gives them more time. If they're thinking about pulling out to pass, if you're riding on the right-hand side of your lane, they can see you quicker than if you're on the left-hand side of the lane. And maybe they won't pull out. Some people still do, think they got enough room. But if I'm behind a car, I like being on the left side of my lane, just for the same reason. If the car blocks the view, they can't see you, then they might pull out. And I've had people do that. As soon as the car in front of me goes by, they want to pull out into my lane, not seeing me. You've got to make yourself visible. You've got to be where they can see you as soon as possible. And the sad thing is, a lot of these things you learn over time, new riders have such a hard time because they just don't know. There's a lot of information out there now, though. There's, especially on YouTube, there's a lot of people doing series on motorcycle safety. One of the guys in particular that I like to watch, his channel is MotoJitsu. He's a really cool guy. He's a younger guy, well, younger than me, that is. But he has some excellent information on motorcycle safety, all sorts of tips and tricks and things to learn, and he shows you. He actually goes through and shows you what to do. And I've actually learned and also relearned some of the things that I used to know just watching his videos. The older I get, it seems like the more I need to relearn because I keep forgetting things. But it's one of the weird things about getting older. You go back, you forget stuff. I enjoy riding a motorcycle. I mean, it's just fun to me. I don't do it because I want people to think I'm cool or whatever. I do it because I enjoy riding. It saves me money on gas. It doesn't save me money on tires and upkeep, stuff like that, but it saves me money on gas. I'm averaging about 43 miles per gallon right now with this bike, so you know, that's a good thing. And just going back and forth to work, all I need to do is get to work and get home. You know, driving a vehicle, just, you know, it's nice having air conditioning, I guess, that part, but other than that, riding in the summer it being hot, riding in the winter being freezing cold. And yes, I do ride year round as long as there's no ice and snow, or sometimes in the summertime if there's storms like what's coming up today, I might not ride. I do have rain gear, but when it's hot like it is right now, rain gear, by the time I get to work, I'm soaked with sweat, more soaked than I would have been riding through the rain. So right now it's 92 degrees and cloudy, so imagine wearing a rain suit, not even getting any air. Yeah, it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable wearing this jacket either, but this jacket is one that, it's mesh, you get air through it. And I try to wear things that protect me, because I've actually fallen down a couple times. Not really bad, but bad enough where if I hadn't have been wearing protection, I would have been hurt. I got hurt anyway, but not, you know, just bruises, not scrapes and missing skin and stuff. If you fall down on the road moving, it's like, you know, bumping up on a grinder. It takes your skin off. That's not fun at all. So yeah, it's best to wear protection. You know, something on your hands to keep you from messing your hands up. Something on your arms, and like this jacket has the elbow pads, the shoulder pads, a back protector. So if you go tumbling down the road, you know, you have some protection. You can still break bones and things like that, but in a minor accident, these jackets are priceless. So I guess that's my little speech on safety. Just, you know, gee, be careful, everybody. Just think ahead. Try to prepare for the worst and do what you enjoy. You know, if you enjoy riding, learn to ride and ride. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it, because it's not worth it. It really isn't. Looking cool is not what it's about anyway. So anyway, I'll see y'all later in the next one.